Hey guys, Mark here. I hope you're all well. So us men, after doing some hard work through the day, are only able to relax after some macrame. So in this video, I'm going to cover another bracelet that's coming straight out of macrame. This time we're going to do a chevron pattern paracord bracelet done with a few simple knots. The bracelet does take a bit of time to make, but it's well worth it. The bracelet is also reversible, so you get two different styles, one on each side of the bracelet. With that said, let's jump right into the tutorial. As far as the supplies for this bracelet go, the first thing that you're going to need is some cordage. In my case, I used type 1 paracord, but you can choose to use microcord, 550 paracord, or any other material. As far as the number of different cords that you're going to use, it depends completely on the color sequence that you want. For my project, I wanted a 4-color sequence, so I used 4 different cords. As far as the length for each of the cords, I recommend using at least 6 feet per cord. As far as the tools for this project go, you're going to need a clipboard or a bulldog clip in order to hold your cords in place. You're going to need something to cut the cords with, as well as a lighter to help you melt the ends. With that said, let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is set up the loop for our bracelet. This is going to enable us to close the bracelet using the knot on the other side. There are a ton of different ways in order to make a loop. I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to start my loop by folding one of the cords in half. At the halfway point, I'm going to make a loop. Like this. Then I'm going to take my second cord, and again I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to feed this bite through the loop and down. Then I'm going to take the ends of my second cord, and I'm going to feed them through this bite of the second cord. Like this. Then pull. As you can see, I have made a lark's head knot onto this loop. Now what I'm going to do is take the third cord and I'm going to feed it through the lark's head knot. Like this. Then take my final cord. And again I'm going to feed it through the knot. Like this. Now all there's left to do is to adjust the size of our loop, then tighten up our knot slightly. Like this. I'm now going to secure my cords by placing them into a clip, and if you have a clipboard, it is a very good idea to use that. As you can see, we have a symmetrical setup on the left side as well as the right side. So we have 2 cords of the same color, then the next 2 cords and the next and the next. We're going to start on the left side by taking the first cord, passing it under our second cord in order to make a 4 shape. Then we're going to travel with the end of our first cord through the loop And with that we have tied one of the knots. I highly recommend that you pull your cord to the right side and then tighten up. This enables you to tighten up your knots a bit more firmly. We're going to continue the same way. So we're going to make a 4 shape, like this, then take the end, feed it through the loop, and we have our second knot. Again, I recommend that you pull your cord to the right side and then tighten up. Then we're going to move to the second cord. Again, make a 4 shape. With the end travel through the loop. Then tighten up. And one more time. 4 shape. Take the end. Feed it through the loop. Then tighten up. And continue to the third cord. Again, 4 shape. Take the end. Feed it through the loop. And tighten up. Make another 4. Take the end, feed it through. And tighten up. We now did all of the cords on the left side. We're going to place our working cord here in the middle. And then we're going to start our work with this cord on the right side. I'm going to make a 4 shape, but this time facing the right side. Then I'm going to place my working end through the loop. And we have our first knot. Again, I highly recommend that you tighten your knot towards the inside, so towards the left. Then make another 4 shape. With the end, travel through the loop. And you have your second knot. Again, I recommend tightening on the inner side. Like this. Then we start with the second cord. Again, 4 shape towards the right side. Go through the loop. And tighten towards the left side. And another 4 shape. Feed the end through. And tighten towards the left side. And the third cord. 4 shape. Feed the end through. And tighten towards the left side. And another 4 shape. Feed the end through. Tighten towards the inner side. And finally, we came to the cord of the same color. And we're going to simply continue the same sequence. So 4 shape towards the right side. Pull your end through. And tighten up. And another 4 shape. Again towards the right side. Pull your end through. And tighten up. By doing this, we have now come to a single row. The second row is done exactly the same way as the first one. We start with the first cord and make a 4 shape towards the left side. We feed the end through. Then tighten up towards the inner side. And 4 shape. Feed the end through. And tighten up. Then the next cord. And the next cord. Then switch to the other cord. 4 shape towards the right side. Again a 4 shape. And the next cord. And the next cord. And finally, the other cord of the same color. Again, we do a 4 shape towards the right side. And another 4 shape. So after the 2 rows, you have the basic sequence down. I'm going to show you on the 3rd row how you can make your work a bit faster. So we start with the top left cord again, making the 3rd row, and we again do a 4 shape. Now instead of traveling towards the left side through the loop, and then passing the cord under in order to tighten, you could go directly through, then under, and towards the right side. This is just a faster way of doing it. Then simply tighten up. And again, 4 shape. You travel through, then back under, and tighten up. This is completely optional and it is faster. So 4 shape, through, and towards the right side. 4 shape, through, and towards the right side. 4 shape, through, and towards the right side. And the other side, 4 shape, then under and to the left side. And then the last cord. Like this. And we have 3 rows completed. Now, if you at any point doubt that you are doing your technique correctly, you can check by flipping the bracelet over, and you should have a nice V-shape pattern going along the entire bracelet. Continue until you reach the length for your bracelet, and then we're going to continue. After reaching the length for your bracelet that you're happy with, we're going to need to finish it. The easiest way to finish such a bracelet is by using an overhand knot. In this case, all you do is make a loop, so like this, then feed all of the ends under and through the loop. After tightening up, you're going to get a stopper knot. The overhand knot. I'm not a big fan of this method because for me it's a bit too messy, but in macrame this method is commonly used. Another method that is quite easy is to trim the ends and just leave 2. Use these 2 ends in order to attach a button onto this side of the bracelet, and then you can use the button as well as the loop in order to open and close the bracelet. This is an easy way to finish off a bracelet. Another way is to tie a Matthew Walker knot. This is a fairly advanced knot, and I'm going to leave a link in the description that you can use in order to learn this knot. For my project, I'm going to use a bit of a simpler knot, but which still looks quite nice. So to finish our bracelet, what we're going to do is tie a foot rope knot, but using only 4 strands. To do that, we're going to split off our strands into pairs of 2. We're going to place 2 to the bottom, 2 up, 2 to the left, and 2 to the right, like this. We're going to take our first pair and travel counterclockwise over the next pair. Then take that pair and travel counterclockwise over the next pair. Then the next pair travels counterclockwise over the next pair, And finally, the last of the pairs travels into the loop created by the first pair. Like this. Then we slightly tighten up and adjust our strands so that we get a nice color sequence. So something like this. Now at this point we have 4 pairs and we're going to pick up one of these pairs. We're going to travel counterclockwise under the next pair. Then immediately up and through the middle. We then take the next pair, this is the one that we just went under, and we travel under the next pair in the counterclockwise direction. And immediately after going under this pair, we travel up and through the middle. We then take the next pair and again travel under the next pair in the counterclockwise direction. So under, then immediately up and through the middle. Finally, we take the last of the pairs and again we travel over the next 2 chords that are coming out of the bracelet, then up and through the middle. And by doing this, we have tied a simple foot rope knot. Simply pull on all of the ends in order to tighten it up. Like this. Then simply trim the ends and you have a nice looking decorative knot. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please post them down below. With that said, thank you for joining me and see you next time.